I'm John Hayden, and let's clear up South Florida. Pride Holdings Group headed to court this Friday. Pride Holdings Group, the owner of Johnson's and what's left of AQUAPLEX, Birdcage, Cabaret, and Lucky's in West Palm, is being sued and is accused of a ton of labor and contract violations. Now, attorneys want to hear from people and businesses who've dealt with Pride Holdings.
I could not believe that after almost 19 years, this is our last show.
AQUAPLEX Fort Lauderdale is closed, as is AQUAPLEX Key West, the Birdcage in Key West, and Lucky's Bar in West Palm. They're all owned by Pride Holdings Group and, until last month, Michael and John Barrett. Ex-employees say their checks bounced, credit card tips were withheld, payroll taxes were not paid, and now they're being denied unemployment. I reached out to Pride Holdings Group through their website and COO Josh Cooper through social media. Neither has answered questions about lawsuits, evictions, bounced checks, taxes, and more. But they have to answer some questions this Friday. They'll be in a hearing in Broward County, and it's a chance for victims, i.e. ex-employees and others who are owed money, to be seen and heard. Attorney Tom Shanahan told me, quote, "Now is the time for people to come forward and enable us to show the judge that this case is about ongoing conduct that's taking place in Broward County as we speak," end quote. While the case revolves around a bar in Chicago, Shanahan says many victims of Pride Holdings Group are here in Broward County. He wants them to reach out at info@shanahanlaw.com or call 754-701-0850. Even if Pride Holdings is caught up on your pay, you are still a victim. The hearing is Friday, and you can watch on Zoom. I'll drop the link below in the comments. Okay, here's that contact info one more time. Now, it's important to note, these are civil claims. No criminal charges are brought forth thus far. On Wednesday, I am going to look at how Johnson's in Wilton Manors appears to be operating illegally. Now, there's so much to this story. I've got all of my posts, all of my video stories are on my YouTube and Facebook at Greater Wilton Manors. So this Friday hearing, it's a hearing. Pride Holdings wants the case dismissed. Obviously, the plaintiffs do not. So it's an important day, and attorneys hope that people who have been aggrieved by Pride Holdings, if they have been aggrieved, will show up either by Zoom or in person to show the judge that there are real victims here in Broward, in South Florida, not just Chicago, where the case is technically centered.
I'm glad that they're giving them a platform, just to come up and speak for this, because that's very important, because sometimes people feel like that they're not heard in these situations. Yep. And so, you don't know who could have been victimized by these people. So, and it's really sad. This is such a developing story that keeps piling on. And it's like, when is it going to end? I feel like, but we got to hold people accountable for what they're doing. And if you're running businesses and multiple businesses, you have to have some sort of ethics code, making sure that people are getting paid, making sure that you're doing your due diligence with the government and with filings and stuff. It's so important. You can't just second guess everything or just feel like everything's being taken care of as an owner.
Yep. Yeah. It's it just because I of course was out of town while most of this was developing, but it was always it was interesting to me to see just how many of us all know someone who's directly affected by this. I'm sure the three of us all know someone who is out of work now, or is struggling to find something else. And we've reached out on social media, we've reached out in person. But John, you've been a stalwart of journalistic integrity here by pointing out what needs to be said and what needs to be shown to the community, so that we're aware of just how important it is that the people who are in charge of our entertainment or who are in charge of owning the venues of our entertainment don't screw us over.
Yeah.
Because it's not good for anyone, especially such a such a tight-knit community.
Absolutely.
But there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.